Have you ever sat up and just considered the fact that we live in a world with billions of other people and none of them really exist? And when I say that, I'm thinking from a perspective of we're joined by billions of other human beings. But this world has been around for so long that if we were to just blink 100 years from now, obviously the billions that are here, most of them will be gone. But when I say that most people don't exist, what I mean is most people won't make a big enough impact during their lifetime to be remembered after they're gone. We just lost Kobe Bryant a little over a week ago. And it just gave me a perspective. And as broken as I was about the event happening, I realized I really should have been grateful. I should have been grateful that the universe allowed this man to come here and make his impact and leave. That's something to be grateful for, to go back into the ether. But I mentioned that most of us won't make a big enough impact throughout our lives. And, part of me is sad about that. And a part of me understands that it is what it is. And there's something that I can do to make sure I'm not in that predicament. Maybe it's a selfish thing to want to be remembered after you're gone, perhaps. Maybe it is the most selfish thing because, when you're gone, you're gone. It's everybody else's turn to live and, be who they are. So maybe to want to be remembered is a selfish thing, but I guess you can call me selfish because legacy not only benefits you as an individual, but it benefits all of your loved ones. It benefits all of the people that you say you care about. So when you leave, whatever kind of impact you made will still benefit them. I often talk about legacy, the whole purpose of giving life everything you got. Putting out the content that represents who you are and gives the world a perspective of you as an individual. As selfish as it may seem, it's really unselfish in the long run. Time flies, man. Time flies. So before I know it, this thing is gonna be over with. And it's just like the world is so old that we're not even here for real. We're just a blip in time. But it don't have to be the case with you, because you still have the option and the opportunity to make sure you're never forgotten. Now, for some of us, that's not worth striving for. Some of us don't value that. And that's perfectly fine. But your time here is extremely limited. Everything you do, make sure it impacts and gives value to other people. I'm telling you, nothing else gives you fulfillment than being able to bring value to those that you care about. I often think about why depression exists for a lot of people. And it's really often because we're not being able to live fulfilled lifestyles. We've been given this portrait or this picture by the media of what success actually looks like. If I want to shift that conversation, then I have to keep doing what I'm doing, which is putting out positive messages to individuals who are still trying to figure it out, and those who have figured it out and just need that extra validation that they're doing the right thing. So if you ever considered, creating or putting yourself out here, making a podcast, making videos, whatever your style of communication is, if you've ever considered that, go after it. See what the journey introduces to you. See where new opportunities are introduced to you. It's so worth it. Because what you find is when you're in it, and you begin to love your process, nothing else really matters. For the most part, I'm at peace. I have a lot of peace that radiates within me. So I don't have to walk around with the typical fears and worries that most people have, because I understand what I want to do now with the rest of my time here. And I know when I was in a place where I didn't quite know what I wanted to do, there was little fulfillment. I was hardly happy. I was just looking for ways to distract myself, whether it be watching a movie, watching TV, or playing a game. Looking for different ways to distract myself. But life has been different since that stopped. Everything that I do, no matter how small, how trivial, I'm asking myself, is there something more productive I could be doing? Sometimes it even backfires on me. When I'm at family events, knowing that I should just be in the moment, sometimes I venture out in my own mind and I think about what I could be doing to just go further and to reach more people. It's really not selfish. It's really not selfish at all. It's the most unselfish thing that you can do, is constantly keep in mind or focus on what it is that you can do to be a better person, what it is that you can do to give more. Constantly focus on that. There is no way you can go wrong. Ralph Waldo Emerson talked about it in Self-Reliance. He said the only thing that is wrong in life is what goes against your personal constitution as a human being. And the only thing that is right is what you believe. So people might disagree with your ideas and philosophies and, things that you believe, but that's perfectly fine, because they're individuals and they believe what they believe. So put out your values. Maybe you're helping somebody else. I have no clue who this message is going to reach, but that's not my job. My job is to make sure I'm creating for those in need. So I would say the best thing to do is to just figure out how to not give a fuck. That is a huge challenge, but it is the single biggest ROI that you will ever receive. And a lot of people ask the question, what is the ROI of not really giving a fuck? What's the return on that investment? And the biggest return that you'll get as a human being, if you stop giving a fuck, is the speed at which you will begin to execute. A lot of times we hesitate like life is a game of double dutch, thinking that, oh yeah, when that happens, then I'm going to jump in. What if I told you it's literally, in the history of the universe, no such thing as the right time? They tell you timing is everything. Is that really the case? The only time that exists is right now. Right now is that time. Again, if you don't want to just be a blip in time, if you want to be remembered, then this is what needs to be done. You have to start executing. Don't be that guy and on that deathbed wishing that you started moving. Don't be that guy. I watched my stepdad as he left this world. He had a tube down his throat, but I could see it in his eyes. I could see all the work that was left undone. I could feel it. Don't be that guy. You have the chance right now to make a difference. There will There will absolutely be challenges. But the biggest challenge that you will ever face is the challenge of getting over yourself. You are the biggest challenge that you will ever face. Because a lot of times you're going to talk yourself out of doing a lot of things. Your mind is going to get in the way. It's just a natural evolutionary thing as human beings. You know, we naturally have to fear things. Fear is our biggest motivator. And I think it's so funny that fear is one of the most powerful entities in our universe. And it's not even real. It's literally just a perspective, a current state of mind. I once heard someone say that fear is false evidence appearing real. So what are you actually afraid of? That blip is coming. Your time is surely up soon. So are you going to be that person that just never existed? Or what are you going to do to make sure that you're never forgotten?